How's it going, guys? Welcome to Growing with the Collins podcast. I'm your host, Corey Collins.
And this is Erica Collins.
Who's actually sitting right across from me. Those who don't know, this is my wife. This is my beautiful wife. Hard-working wife. Why you looking at me like that? So in other words, okay, I'm going to scratch that because like she want to hit me or something. But this is 2019. First month is already down. Hope you guys have got all your New Year's resolutions together. And you're sticking to them and you're killing stuff. And if you're having problems with your New Year's resolutions for us, your progression for its completion, take a listen to our podcast. Well, it is our first podcast of the year.
Yeah, it's the first podcast of the year of 2019.
Or was it December? They went in December?
I think it was the first one of the year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it talks about keeping God first, being able to complete that. It's the only New Year's resolution you actually need. So, but we're going to get into, I guess you say we call it the scripture of the day, which is something new. Because along with that, we want to try to keep God first within this podcast and also start off with a great feel, you know what I'm saying, of the vibrancy. You know what I mean? Just because everything is basically built around Christian morals and values that me and my wife trying to do. You know, we still cuss every blue moon, but we try to get things together, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, we thank you guys for being here. We thank you guys for listening. Shout out to Virginia, man. The increase for the podcast. What's ranking first is Atlanta. What is it? Atlanta, Virginia, Texas, Cali. Thank you guys for listening. So that do away, we're going to get into the scripture. It's going to come from Colossians 3:13. It say, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And that comes from Colossians 3:13. Babe, what you think about that scripture though?
It's deep.
Boy, it hit you though, because I swear it's a couple folks I ain't rocking with, period. I'm telling you, bro.
It's deep. It's just, we have to keep in mind. It's hard, you know, from time to time, because I ain't gonna lie, me either. It was plenty of times where I ain't want to forgive, or I still, sometimes, to be honest, I feel some type of way about different situations. But in the back of my mind, it's like, Erica, you know that ain't right. You need to forgive this person regardless of whatever it is. But sometimes, man, you be like, man, they did me wrong, you know. And it's like when you don't deserve it, or you know you didn't do it, or whatever the situation may be. But it's like, we human. We human. And it's like, by us being human, it's like we gonna feel some type of way, and we gonna not want to forgive them. Right. You know, but it's like, man, keeping it back of your head, when you think about it, you hear that little voice, Erica, you know you need to forgive them. Yeah. But it's like, man, then the other side is just like, nah, man, you know, you want to stick to your word. But it's like, we got to keep in mind, man, it's like God forgave us. Yeah. And it's like, he forgave us for sins that we ain't even committed yet. Right. So it's like, for him to even have it in, for him to be able to forgive us for things that we don't even know we gonna do, but we gonna do it. And for him to already forgive us for that. And it's like, and you sitting here, you can't forgive, you know, your brothers and sisters here on earth for the things that they have done. It's like, you want to be accepted into your heaven. Right. So it's a way bigger picture than we really think about, and just sitting around holding grudges and being mad and upset with someone. Right. And it have came to a time, even with myself, it was like, boy, I did not want to forgive this one person. I didn't, you know, and I literally had to pray about it. Yeah. I really had to pray to God about helping me to forgive this person, and just giving me the courage, you know, to be able to just say, or even be able to go talk to this person. It's like, I ain't want to talk to him. You know, he's like, man, when I see this person, I want to hit him. You know, the thug in me want to come out for a second, the west side. It's like, man, I was like, man, this person say one thing to me, well, I'm just going to slap her. It's like, I really wanted to do that, because it's like, this person really pushed me to that limit, to that point to where I didn't want to forgive. I didn't want to talk to this person. It's like, we say that person's name, it was like, boy, I was ready. Yeah. It was like, and it's like, me as an adult, you know, when you're younger, it's different. It's like, you know, you'll pop off with no reason, you know, but it's like, as you get older, man, it's like, it's a certain way that you should carry yourself, you know, you as a young lady, a wife, or, you know, as, you know, just as a mother, whatever it is, it's like, you got to carry yourself in a certain way. And it's with that situation right there, man, God was testing me, you know,
I've gotten to the point where now it's like with me, it's like I have this thing where it's like if I don't care, I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's been mixed in with emotions for us. I don't know if I forgave somebody or not because it's like once you cross me, it's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't call me, don't text me. You know what I'm saying? Like stay over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't ask me for nothing. You just stay over because
Yeah.
I see now. You know what I'm saying? Who you are. So it's just what the thing with me, where the confusion come in is that I just don't be around you. I don't bother you. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know if I've actually forgiven that person because I then just tend to my lane, and the people who I do mess with, it's like it's like if I'm around you and I feel uncomfortable, I think I still haven't forgave you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's something God had really been working with me on, and I'm like, it's just I don't know. I'm just a very I ain't gonna say cutthroat person, but it's just like after it's over, it's like once I say it, okay, that's it. You know, I ain't dealing with you no more. And I'm good. I'm on my own lane. Yeah. And I'm go be happy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, for as me feeling that feeling, I be like, you know, I forgave him. But at the same time, it's like, I'm starting to know is if you're uncomfortable around a person, should I still feel uncomfortable? I mean, that's probably a question I need to ask the pastor. I'm not sure though. Yeah. But that's basically my lane there. And I totally feel where you're coming from. And I just feel like as long as you're in my space, you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm good. And I can get some time to think about how I'm going to handle you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I understand exactly where you're coming from. Yeah. Because it's been a time where I think I forgave you. It's like, man, I ain't stunned that person. You know, I don't forgave him. Yeah. The moment you enter my presence, all the feelings come back. Like all the feelings come back of how I felt. Right. And that's when I say I know exactly what you're talking about, because it's like that's when you start to think like, did I really forgive this person? Right. You know, and it's like you forgave him because the person been out of sight, out of mind. Right. But it's like the moment you in that person's presence, everything come back, and it's like, oh man, God testing me again.
Okay, check this out. You know the crazy part of that is this right here though. It's like me and you can get in the argument, right? Yeah. But it's the little silly stuff that we do. Like I guess, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with the mic, man. Yeah, I'm not keeping the silly stuff that we do, you know what I'm saying, may come in and just like, give me a kid. Yeah. Or a lot of times too, it could be just playing like a gospel song. Yeah. Or playing a sermon that really changed the whole atmosphere back around again. Yeah. And it's just like, I thank God for that though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's like, we can forgive each other, but when it come down to like other people outside the house, it's just like, man, I ain't mess with you. Yeah. You better go about your business.
We be on the same page.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time though, that itself is just a slap in the face to God though. Yep. Because you think about it though, like it says that he gave his only begotten son. Yeah. His only son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To die for our sins. To forgive us for what we did. Yeah. But we don't want to forgive somebody we see every single day. And that is hard.
Every single day for the rest of our life.
That type of love right there. Yeah. Think about it. You know, it's like your only son.
Like, would I really give up Paisley? Yeah. To forgive somebody else? People that I don't even know. I mean, God know everybody. Yeah. But it's like for me to do that for people who he don't even know who's gonna worship him. The people who's gonna praise
chance
him.
After chance.
Yeah, it's like he give us chance after chance after chance. It's like, think about it. How many times you probably already don't sin in your little 35 years of life? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got a long way to go. Right. 40, 50, 60 years. Some people want to live 120, 30, 40 years. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you have a long life to live. And it's like, this person that may be in your presence, you may be around for the rest of your life. You may not. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what is so hard about forgiving people? It's just that we human.
Hold on, time. Don't say that so easy.
I know. Though. I just thought that's what I just thought about.
Because like on the other side of the formula is you don't know what the person did to that person.
True. Because I know I was there. That's what I had to think about when I said I kind of got slow with it.
So I mean, like along with that, it's just like with me, man. What makes it hard for me? What really, really, really makes it hard for me is the fact that I'm knowledgeable enough about Christ to know that I'm sinning when I'm not forgiving somebody. And I know the weight there it is. Like, yo, man, he giving me a chance, you know what I'm saying, to get it right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I know, but another thing, too, we think, too, that just because he haven't addressed it then, that it's all
It's
all
okay.
right. Yeah, but at the same time, you still carrying that in your heart. And you got to be honest, man. Like, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like not liking nobody, but sometimes you just feel you owe somebody that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Yeah.
like, that right there is just something I'm walking around with, you know. And like, as of now, I'm good. But it's like I always try to be more on the more inspiring end.
Yeah.
So when that stuff in you, it's like, yo,
Yeah.
you got a bad taste right here, bro.
The,
Like,
the
for real.
thing, just as you were saying, the thing is with me, it's like it's not too many people I dislike. To be honest, it's probably a person I may dislike right now. Maybe one or two, maybe I don't know.
You dislike them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, but it's like I don't dislike them to the point to where I hate them or something like this. It's nothing like that.
I got you.
But it's like sometimes it's not even. It's the ways that the person may have.
Right.
But
You don't like me?
yeah, I like you. You have our times. I love you.
I forgot to
babe.
finish the dishes, babe. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
okay.
you good.
You had a busy week. It's okay.
All right, I appreciate
But
it.
it's like it's sometimes I think the part where it hurts so much is because you know what type of person you are. You know what type of person you are. So it's like with me, I feel like I'm honest, I'm loyal, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. And it's like when you don't get that back from another person, and it's like to me, sometimes I feel like if somebody told you I said something or did something, I feel like just come to me and ask me. Yeah. I'm just that real. It's like come to me and ask me. It's like either I did or if I didn't. You know what I mean? So that's why I never play into the little he say she say stuff because it's like to me it's like I ain't got time for that because whatever I have to say to you, I say it to you, face to face or whatever. But it's like I think it's just like when you're dealing with a situation, when you can't forgive, I just feel like when I'm dealing with a situation where I can't forgive, it's just like, man, I just feel like I'm just so loyal to the person. It's just like you just do me like that. It's like it hurts. It hurts. It hurts me to the point to where it's like, man, I don't want to deal with this person. I can't believe that person did me like that because it's like to me, if you in my circle or you're a part of my life, it's like I won't do anything to hurt you.
Right.
So when somebody do that to me, it's like I really feel some type of way about that, and I think that's what takes me so long to forgive sometimes. And I know it's not right, and it's something that God is still working on with me. But it's like I feel like when you're my people, you're my friends, my family, you in my circle, it's like I won't do anything to hurt you. So it's like I think that's what hurts me the most when somebody do something to me, or if I be in a situation where I can't forgive.
What I noticed too though is that I had to kind of understand and realize that you have people, they're in business to hurt people. They they really do thrive off excuse me, they really thrive off seeing another person in the moment of being distressed or that moment of calamity. Like, oh yeah, boy, hey, boy, she just fine. Boy, look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people can feel that too, like when you walk into the door that you're not the same. And that energy that some people like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That person's like, what's wrong with you? You got another person like, oh boy, yeah. How she go get out of this or how he go get out of this? Like, they thrive off of that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I think that is I don't know if that's like a level of spiritual sickness, but I'm gonna be honest though, man. Like, you never know what that person also went through.
With.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know, like, because sometimes, like, some people that went through so much pain, they want other people to feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like, with that being said, I still have a heart of understanding too, though.
Yeah.
Even though it's like you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, I just feel like God done blessed me with the spirit and the wisdom to be able to look at both sides of the situation from a spiritual and psychological standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I guess the Bible says you should pray for your enemies. And that's not easy though, bro.
Boy, it's not. But I'm telling you, when I prayed for that one person though, I'm gonna tell you, like, it's like when this situation I dealt with at one point where it was like, I do not like this person. I had to really pray. Yeah. Like, I prayed several times. We were just talking about this yesterday. Yes, we were just talking about it. It's like, I prayed about that. And it's like, and I had to tell Corey, I'm like, man, it wasn't nothing but God. Because it was like, I couldn't stand this person. Because I just felt like they really thrive off, just like what you were saying, off seeing other people hurt or wanted to hurt people and say mean stuff and just doing mean things that was totally unacceptable. And I felt like they were too old to act like that. That was just my thought. And it was like, I just really didn't want to deal with a person like that. I couldn't be around a person like that. And it was just like, I had to really pray to God, because it got to the point where it's like, I speak to everybody, you know, even if I know you mad at me or you upset, I speak. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And it's like, I kind of do it on purpose. Like, you know, some of my people, my friends, they know, they'll start laughing.
But keep it 100 though. It's also to be that speak that, like, I'm going to go ahead and say something to you, then I'm going to go about my business.
Yeah,
like,
that too. Yeah, that too.
Like,
yeah, hey, how you doing? It's like, it was to the point where I ain't even speak. I walk right past her. And it's like, with me, I speak to everybody. Hey, how you doing? I say the same line. They laugh at me sometimes like,
hey,
you
how
say,
you
how
doing?
you doing? Yeah, and I say it real fast. Hey, how you doing? You know, and I just keep it moving. I don't wait on you to respond. I don't wait on people to say anything. So it's like, sometimes you'll never know if I feel some type of way, because it's like, I'm speaking to everybody. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
But it's like, with that situation, I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't say anything. And it was like, all of a sudden, one day, I actually spoke.
Yeah.
And I think I probably went maybe a couple of years or a year. So I went a while.
Yeah.
And when God, it's like, I had to pray to God about it, and God just allowed it to happen. It's like, because it went me, because I had already said in my mind, like, man, God be with me. It just helped me just to be able to forgive this person, because it's like, I just couldn't do it.
And the thing, I'm gonna tell you something about being, I guess you're saying a very creative person too, though. When you got this stuff like in your head and your heart and all that, it's hard to create content.
Yeah.
Because because first of all, I think one of the biggest things for us, the person who's the prey on the situation, is like, why me though?
Yeah.
What did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, really?
Yeah.
And you feel as if, like, how much you done put out. You start to look at yourself. Well, me, myself, I look at myself, you know what I'm saying, both ends. If I have to apologize, I will. But it's like, when you can't come up with no reason why, it's like, yo, you going through some stuff right now. Like, this ain't who I know, so you got a demon in you. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, that's really how I be looking at things. Like, you dealing with something, and you gonna have to deal with it. You got to go to the, you know what I'm saying, to the closet yourself and think about it, so and so. But the person who's the prey of the situation, you like, man, why me though, man? I don't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I help people. I stay in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what I had to come to understand was, I think, now this is just a personal thing, before I guess you're saying with my own life, I think forgiveness is like one of the greatest learning curves there is to becoming a awesome individual. You know what I mean? Because, like, think about it. That was like the biggest thing Christ had to get over. He had to forgive. Like, out of all the stuff that he did, now think about it. All the stuff that he did, all the miracles that he performed, you know what I'm saying? That last drive was, I had to get hit for these folk.
Yeah.
I had to get hit for them. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, all the miracles and everything wouldn't have mattered at all if he wouldn't have died on the cross for us. You know what I'm saying? To be sacrificed. I think that's like ultimate. And it's like, I think that's something that we take lightly. You know, we take the little what is it, grape juice? It's grape juice and cookies or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
our little wine, fake wine in church.
I be actually wanting real wine. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? But it's just like, sometimes, man, you know, I don't eat. Like, actually last Sunday I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't take communion. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was with Paisley, because she wouldn't be still. But during that time, it's like, I knew I got some things I need to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, God don't care about whether you are the prey or the predator. He cares about your follow-up.
Yeah.
So that being the prey or being the predator, that's off the top. That comes with nobody's perfect. We all fail and come, you know what I'm saying, short of the glory of God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's about your follow-up when developing that mind of Christ. Like, when you had developed that mindset of how I should move. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? God shouldn't have to tell you. Like, if you read your word enough, you should already know. You know what I'm saying? You should already know of his spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that is like, I guess you said my situation for it. That's why I ain't really taking me like, yo, I got some things I need to take care of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Realize it at that moment.
And think about it though, man. Like, you can feel like as if you're giving in to that person, but to be real, you got to keep it 100 with yourself. Like, man,
it's a higher power.
Yeah, you holding yourself back.
Yep.
From what some cheese ball done did to you, you know what I'm saying? What the cheese ball personality of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Want to see people down or try to put people down and stuff. Man, God got way more things for you to experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you to let somebody, you know what I'm saying, put that hate in your heart like that.
And take that away from you.
And take it away
like
from you.
You're taking all your blessings away by having hatred.
Right.
And the good thing about that is, and it's like not to have hatred in your heart. You know, sometimes when you have that in your heart, you wear it on your sleeve.
Right.
And you sometimes become that bitter person. It's like you don't want to be that person.
Right.
And it's like, why should you allow somebody else the way that they act or the things that they have done to you take you away from all the blessings that God have in store for you?
Right.
It's like, man, it ain't nowhere in the world. When you really think deeper into it, like, man, it ain't worth it.
Right.
It ain't worth it at all. So it's like, why not go ahead and forgive? It's not easy because, I'm living witness to that. It's not easy and it take time. But it's like you really have to pray to God and ask God to help you through it and to help you to forgive that person and give you a clean heart. And
another thing, too, like, when my situation is like I was battling, like I said before, like, did I forgive? Or because you don't say, just like, you just stay in your own lane and you're like, bro, don't say nothing to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got people right now I see every day. I ain't said nothing to them at all, period.
For real?
Yeah, like, that's me, man. Like, when I'm done with you, I don't know.
Yeah.
You ain't no good. That dog don't bark no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like along with that, it's like, you got to not necessarily put on a face for it. You could be having a conversation with somebody, right? That the person can walk up to talk to that person you talk to. I just got this little look like, bro, you couldn't wait. I got to talk to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but overall, it's just, that's the bad side.
Yeah.
By you harnessing that bad feeling inside of you, you letting it, you know what I'm saying, come out. And now you held up accountable, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what I've been kind of going through, you know what I'm saying, for his level of forgiveness. You know what I mean? But I think it was an awesome scripture, though, man.
Yeah, it is. One other thing I wanted to add
we can ride it out on this if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the last thing, though. The one other thing you want to add in is when you have that heart of forgiveness and you still continue on to have that conversation and, just like this, for example, the same situation you were saying, the guy kind of interrupted a conversation or whoever it was when you was having a conversation with someone else. And it's like, but if you were to continue to engage in a conversation while that person was there or even allow that person to engage in a conversation, you had that person looking at themselves versus then you still feeling some type of way and you not, having being able to forgive them or having a clean heart. So it's like sometimes if you continue to, step outside the norm and forget how you really feel about it and still just living and walking in a godly way, that person will understand, like, look at themselves like, man, I was messed up. And they may come to you and apologize too.
But see, and that's the thing, though. It's just like when forgiving, it's not even about them coming back.
Yeah.
And that's like the hard part. Because when people do you wrong, you want to, hey, okay, appreciate that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like along with that is, you really got to do it from the heart of just basically doing right.
Yeah. And
then also, I got a homeboy. And he told me he works in the medical field, and he was talking about people who, I guess you say that they live a different lifestyle, alternative lifestyle. And he was like, man, to be honest with you, Corey, he was like, every patient that I dealt with that had this sickness, when going back in their history for like the psychological records and stuff like that, they were all, raped or molested.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, at that moment, bro, like I find that scripture where it said, like, don't judge people. That you know what I'm saying? He was like, I finally understood what that really meant. Like, you see people, live their own lifestyle, so on. So, that it's, you're not meant to judge them. You know your own right from wrong for the morals and values that Christ give you, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, you never know what that person went through. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is like, it's a big eye opener because sometimes, man, you have kids that's innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they come across, tough situations like that. And along with those, tough situations, it's like you got the world judging them. Yeah. And they didn't have, they was the prey at the situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if anything, don't judge nobody. Just pray for people. You know what I'm saying? And that, when he told me, I'm like, yo, that make a lot of sense. And he was like alone. See, another thing with him, it's like he studied psychology, and he also like he's in medical. Yeah. So he has an understanding for it, and also he's a believer. So he kind of has a level of balance of all three categories, right? So it's just like, man, you never know. Also, it does some things to the psychological side, you know what I'm saying, of the prey. You know what I mean? So it's like, along with that, we only see the exterior and the actions of the being, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just do not know what they went through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? If anything, pray for them. Try to be a helping hand to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, because everybody deal with certain things.
Yeah.
And
you got to think about it. No sin is greater than the other one.
No sin is greater than the other one. And it's like, okay, you got people lashing out on you. Now, I've gotten to the point for real, like, yo, why he lashing out on me, or why she lashing out on me? I've gotten to the understanding is like, okay, shout to dealing with something.
Yeah.
Let me kind of sit back and, you know what I'm saying? I could take a look.
Yeah.
But it ain't finna be too many, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just, man, when you developing that habit of walking with God, bro, like, you starting to remove yourself and look at the entire playboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of the situation, of the person, and try to find a level of reasoning instead of being so quick to really just
respond or react on it.
Trying to be too quick to let folk know that you don't do me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I just recently had a situation like that.
I did too.
And I got upset at first, but then I came back and I was telling myself, man, something wrong with something. She dealing with something right now.
Right.
And it was like, I'm not no longer upset or mad at this person, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't want to deal with it right now, you know, because it's like she really dealing with something. Right. So it's like, I just kind of remove myself to where I don't have no form of hatred. You know, but it's just like, I understand, like, she's dealing with something right now, and she just and that's why she's lashing out. And it's like, you just grow and you learn, and you realize that, versus just as you were saying, like, you so quick to lash back with them or get upset and get mad and get angry. Right.
I remember a while back I had developed this shirt, and I screen printed this shirt, and it said, Jesus forgives.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So should we. So but one day I was at Starbucks. I actually had the apparel on, right?
Okay.
And I was getting my sugar and everything. And this guy saw this shirt, man. He saw it.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yes. So I'm like, what you mean? He said, your shirt, yes. But what was so mind-blowing, at the end of the shirt, he took it as a question.
Uh-huh.
I was actually, in the artistic side of it, I was making it as if this is what we should do.
Yeah.
But it was more, the shirt itself was more powerful by the tagline being left as a question.
Yeah.
Because it stays in your head. Like when you're telling somebody something, or when you're telling somebody what to do, okay, it's like they take it as if they hear you. But when you ask somebody a question, it calls thinking. You see what I'm saying? But man, then this guy had a long conversation about his situation with him and his wife. And he was like, man, it was just hard for me to forgive her, man. Like it was real hard. But he was like, the moment I did it, you know, it was just a level of relief. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got back into my groove of accomplishing things. It's like everything just basically just went to a point where he felt like he was himself again. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, along with that, it's just like, it's power in forgiveness. It's amazing. It's freedom in forgiveness. It's power in forgiveness. If forgiveness wasn't so powerful, why did Christ do it?
Yeah. The last one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we can talk. You don't matter.
Oh, okay.
It don't matter. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, check this out. This is what happened. She just put some on text. It's on you. You can take it how you want to.
No, you go ahead and finish talking, then I'll chime in.
Okay, cool. Check this out. Me and Eric, when we was dating, right, I had cheated on him. Right?
Yeah, he did, y'all. He cheated. He cheated.
Okay, we can go. I ain't gonna lie to you, that was tough, man.
Yeah, that was tough, right there. Yeah.
So you can go ahead and share.
I mean, that was like, it was early when we had to been about 21, yeah, 20. It was pretty early. Yeah. But he actually cheated. He broke my little heart, y'all. He really did.
I did. I'm sorry.
And, you know, with ladies, it's like I felt as like I'm being so loyal to this person, right, and this is what I get. Right. And at the time, you know, I guess you would say I wasn't active. Right. You know, so it was like, he's like, bro, just did it. Oh no, I'm done. You know, and it was like, I really didn't want to, you know, I guess you would say, take that a little further. It's like I had a little ill feelings.